Beetroot, nature's powerhouse, packed with vitamins, antioxidants and nitrates, it's known to support heart health, boost stamina and improve blood circulation. Our beetroot is naturally grown and harvested at peak ripeness. The roots are cleaned, dried and finely ground to preserve their rich nutrition content, giving you all the benefits in one pure form. Add 1 teaspoon of beetroot powder to your juice, smoothie or water, or take it in capsule form as recommended by your healthcare provider. Beetroot helps enhance endurance, lower blood pressure, and keep you feeling energized and balanced all day. Fuel your body with the natural power of beetroot. Stay strong, stay healthy. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com. Sports and nutrition store.
She's my DJ woman. Hey, she give me royal love. She give me tough notary love. And she not a loyal girl. Hey, but hey, baby, how many times will you shame me? Hey, my lady, I give you love, you betray me. Hey, baby, how many times will you shame me? Hey, my lady, I give you love, you betray me. And I'm say, Teramos, baby Teramos, I'll give you everything, make you live like a boss girl. Teramos, me lady Teramos, I'll give you sweet love, make you shine like a rose girl. Teramos, baby Teramos, I'll give you everything, make you live like a boss girl. Teramos, me lady Teramos, I'll give you sweet love, make you shine like a rose. Sing a love is sweet to attack you, vicious sweetness. You know that is true if she makes you sleepless. Is but you is a killer, what she make you lifeless. You only live once, spend any priceless. Hey, una time wani changanya changanya baby. Of late on the shangaza baby. You play games like Bakana Bafana daily. And I go, hey, Teramos, baby Teramos, I'll give you everything, make you live like a boss girl. Teramos, me lady Teramos, I'll give you sweet love, make you shine like a rose girl. Teramos, baby Teramos, I'll give you everything, make you live like a boss girl. Teramos, me lady Teramos, I'll give you sweet love, make you shine like a rose girl.
Yes, good afternoon, family. Karibuni sana. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Happy Tuesday. Hope you guys had a beautiful weekend. And of course, apologies for not catching up yesterday. Shout out to Ruto. He must go and step down. But hope you guys are doing amazing. To everyone live with me on YouTube, Rumble, Beetroot, on the radio station. This will get to catch this on a replay on Spreaker and Spotify. Good morning and good afternoon from my end. Exactly 8 minutes to 2 p.m. right here in the 254. A beautiful weather it is, and I hope you're also going to be having a fair one as you move along with your day. As you enjoy the conversation, we shall be bringing you right here live on the Blackout Fire Network radio station media of the 21st century. My name is Joby, in case you're here for the first time. And of course, we shall be catching up with what has been happening during the weekend, being our main conversation being actually Mali, or rather the Alliance Sahel state. Personally, I love calling it as a whole the Alliance Sahel state because this is actually one region, 3 countries, which has formed one regional bloc and actually is performing magical, amazing things to the people. We're talking about Mali finally joining Burkina Faso in the signing of a nuclear energy deal. This is with Russia. We shall be breaking it all the way down as you see how it actually did visit Moscow as at the African COP and are, of course, replacing the Wagner in fight against jihadists. So shall be discussing on that. We shall also talk about what is supposed to be taking place tomorrow in the 254 right here in Kenya, where of course people are hoping for a peaceful protest in remembrance of June 25th, the deadly protest that happened and was conducted last year, which of course we've seen other deaths emerging in the recent protests, peaceful protests, but innocent lives, innocent people are being shot, and this we're calling out on police brutality. But again, we also want to talk about what is happening in Nigeria, censoring of free speech, talking about Agenda 2030, which is a global agenda. We want to talk about what is happening in Rwanda. We want to talk about what is happening in Uganda, in Nigeria still, where we've seen the Netherlands did finally return some of the stolen or looted Benin bronze, and of course we shall be discussing deep on that. I don't want to go deep on that because personally I think I've covered topics and topics when you talk about the looted artifacts from Africa. We shall also discuss, of course, Burkina Faso, where we see how actually the French investors are super mad, and this is after a serious action that was taken on 18th of June by Ibrahim Traore, and this is declaring other actually foreign gold mining companies. And of course, also Niger did win a case that they were fighting with another foreign company, but finally they are in full control of their own mineral resources. But last and not least, shall talk about Tanzania, which has launched or came up with a new first modern copper processing plant in Chunya district. And of course, this is in the Mbenya region. We shall talk about it and see who's actually behind the fundings, because shout out to Mr. Blackwood Fire. He says, follow the money and you learn a whole lot more. But this is the one and only Caleb Singer, playing right here on the media of the 21st century. The name of the jam is Teramos. And of course, we're coming back quick after this to the conversation.
Mama nearly went to her. You said you need a proper loving. I tried like the best, I gave you better loving. Kumbe like the rest, you gave me paper loving. Baby, Teramos, baby Teramos. I'll give you everything, make you live like a boss girl. Teramos, be lady Teramos. I'll give you sweet love, make you shine like a rose girl. Teramos, baby Teramos. I'll give you everything, make you live like a boss girl. Teramos, me lady Teramos. I'll give you sweet love, make you shine like a rose. She's my day type of woman. Hey, she give me royal love. She give me tough, not a real love. And she not a loyal girl. Hey, but hey, baby, how many times will you shame me? Hey, my lady.
Yes, Karibuni Sana, that is Caleb Singer. Such an amazing, dope artist. I don't know, such good people with talented voices. I don't know where they get to lose it in the industry, but they never get to happen to go super far. But Karibuni Sana, once again, hope you're doing amazing. In case you're joining here for the first time, kindly subscribe, follow us on whatever live stream you're streaming with us from. And of course, do ensure you also have our application. It is your first time, subscribe, follow us, and download our application. On Friday, we were catching up on Sinners, and hey, what a boring movie. And this is why personally I'm so heavy on don't go on overhyped shit. Okay, pardon my language, but don't go on overhyped things. Like, don't listen to anything overhyped. Just let it be where it belongs. Just let it be there. Just leave it there. Actually, if you follow up also a movie probably like Straw, you'll find out actually it's just super boring, you know. I don't know people what they're really caught up in, the emotions and all that. But I did love the fact that actually it is produced based on a true story. It is based on a true story, but I've not been able to watch it still. Sure, it's been trending. People are talking about it, whining about it, claiming out RGP gave our best and all that. But Sinners was such a pathetic movie. 2 hours wastage of time, you know? It was so crazy. Actually, I wished I did a show instead of watching a movie because that was so boring. What was up with okay, got the lesson that white people are just who they are. You know, we are on YouTube and we won't go deeper on it, but white people are who they are, you know, with their character. They'll never stop being who they are, their deeds and all that. But at the same time, the action, everything was just boring. Like, please let me know if you watch Sinners. What are your thoughts regarding it? Regarding it, because I think we've been waiting for so long. For those maybe who have been waiting with us right here on Black Hot Fire to catch up on Sinners, and finally we did, and it's a nay for me. It is just a super nay. It was not given. It didn't give at all. But what's given, we have Ghana with an amazing, of course, fact, and I do believe it's actually not really that known much of a fact, slightly known much of a fact. I don't know if it's making sense. It's not really that known, but there's some African people who know about this. We keep on talking about how westernization left so much effect on African people, especially when we talk about education system, which we've seen most of the girls, and it is a way which has been designed to portray inferiority to the Black people, to the Black children. Let me start with the children, because on the level of education, of course, this catches you catches up with you when you're still very, very young. So we've seen the inferiority is being taught, or I'd say self-hate, being taught from where we've been forced by this setup system of education where we are, especially as girls are forced to shave their hair, and this is where you'll find yourself having imaginations like the ones I had when I was having all these imaginations of what is it to be when you go in heaven. But in Ghana has maintained culture and tradition all the way throughout. I'm not sure if they were really highly affected by the British, because I do believe Ghana was also colonized by British. I don't know if they were really affected at first before they changed all this. I've not done much deeper research on it. I don't know if they were affected at first where they were wearing school uniforms, or it's just that they embrace it, but in their own cultural way. Because if you look at most of the African countries, what I'm trying to emphasize is we have school uniforms, okay? In Ghana, they wear actually their own pure African prints, and this is actually as a form of school uniform. You'll never find anyone having this British system setup type of uniform in Ghana. I've seen videos, a lot of them, it's different type of Ankaras, African print, which are really, really pretty. But yes, Ghana became the first African country to use pure African print as the school's official uniform, and the use of locally made African print uniforms aims to boost Ghana textile industry by increasing demand for homegrown fabrics and supporting local manufacture. But I just want us to pause on that and see how deep is the growth of this use of locally made African print, and not just actually to boost the uniform, not just about the uniform, but boosting the Ghana textile industry. When I look at Ghana, which position is Ghana in? Okay, which position is Ghana in exportation of second-hand clothes? Okay, because we did see recently, I think it's second or third. Let me check on that just a minute. In importing second-hand clothes. All right, so they're saying Kenya did become the first, because I remember, of course, I gave these details just a few months ago, where Kenya did become the first largest importer of second-hand clothes in Africa. Mind you, we do have Burkina Faso, which has banned this. Of course, they want to go back to using their own textile. Again, this is boosting the economy and, the promoting your very own, wearing what is yours, not what someone else has been wearing. We also have Rwanda, which I've seen it trending, but Rwanda did sign this actually a long time ago. Rwanda had banned second-hand clothes long time ago. It's not the first time this is happening, but apparently I don't know why the information is trending right now, but which is good, because it's something I always say, if we do have a working organization, for example, like East Africa as a whole, when one country does something, the rest of the countries should sit down as a club, as an organization. As East Africa, we're sitting down. Since one country is making this decision, can you sit down, discuss why is this happening? What are the benefits? What are the disadvantages? Why are we trying to make this move? Strategy must be followed. But these African countries fail to do so. And this is why you'll find it so crazy. You'll find a country which is ahead in different things while another country is behind in different things, because there's no mutual discussion, mutual benefits. It's whoever gets to benefit is people, or whatever time, whenever they can. So Rwanda, of course, did sign this long time ago. But Ghana, let me read this. They're saying Kenya did become the largest importer of second-hand clothing in Africa, surpassing Nigeria. So meaning Nigeria was the first one. And this means that Kenya holds the top position in importing used clothes and which are known as Mtumba, on the continent. And trying to see where is Ghana standing. I was asking about Ghana. Okay, let's see Ghana. They're saying in 2023, Ghana was the 8th largest importer. I think currently right now it's the 3rd or 4th. Okay, I'm not sure, but I think recently this is in 2023. So as per 2025 recent information, I remember I was giving you guys on one of the shows, I think Ghana could be the 3rd importer of second-hand clothes. Now go back to this, what we're reading on the screen, okay? So not only is Ghana using the locally made African print uniforms, which aims to boost Ghana textile industry, it has failed. It has failed. For me, these are good, of course, these are good way to, I'd say, number one, not push that much of indoctrination, because we already have too much of it in the system. Okay, we already have too much of it. But the fact that you're dealing with one problem at a time is really good. Starting from the uniform, I hope there's no shaving of hair, which I already actually can see on the picture, the shaving of hair. So that is something they also have to deal with. It's a continental problem. It's the Africa continent problem, where we have girls can't actually, I don't know, I feel like personally what it made me feel until right now as an adult, when I started embracing shaving my hair, like, because I want to and because it feels nice sometimes. Back then, when you could go to a school which is forcing you to shave your hair, you really used to feel very bad. Personally, I used to feel very, very bad. Very, very bad. I feel like it's just your whole sassiness being taken away from you, being a woman, being a girl, not really being a woman, but being a girl. Because something about just being a girl is just, you love playing with your hair. You want to do different hairstyles. You want to see different patterns of cornrows on your head. That's the most amazing thing, especially in school. In school, personally, I loved the fact we could play with different patterns of cornrows. But it got to a point where when you get in this particular, grade or class, you have to shave so that you can focus very well with your studies. It is so crazy and very backward type of thinking. So Ghana is doing amazing. I'm going to give them that credit, but I feel they need to push harder so that they can actually escape to boost the textile industry of its own. They need to actually, number one, stop importing second-hand clothes. That is also one of the way. Let me know what you think about it. So these are some of the attires. Let me enlarge my screen for those who are just joining. I see Jaba Jaba in the building. Karibu Sana. And to all of you right there this morning, hit that like button. This is the example of how their uniforms look like. So it's not just one African attire that you get to wear. You get to change it every single day. It's like you get to change it, so long as it's Africa, but it's all uniformed. This is nice. Personally, I do like this. Because I remember when I was in high school, I really loved Ankara dresses, like this type of dresses. They were really, this African print type of dresses, they were really, really good. They're really, really nice, especially with the pockets. You style them differently, the top, the trouser, of shoulders. Then Africa, we have this just in us. You just come up with a design, it look good on you. I've seen also African Americans actually embracing this. You'll find some African Americans who are so much in love with the African, African print attires. So if you're one of them, get yourself one. But shout out to Ghana for doing this amazing job. But I do believe they can do better on that end. Ensure that they ban the second-hand clothes to improve the textile industry even much more. Karibu sana, Mr. Black on Fire. How are you doing?
What happened with Ghana? What they do?
You're late for the conversation, so catch up after. You'll catch you. I think you'll have to go back and rewind.
You've been started already? Did Canvas do his show?
Yes, it did.
I'm like, shit, you're early today or something. Okay, calm down.
You catch up. That's what's up. But as we move on, family, on to the next conversation, of course, I have Tanzania on the conversation. Tanzania has been making massive moves, which are very questionable. It's questionable, not just moves, but very questionable moves. We saw recently, that was last week, they did take $300 billion, $300 billion, not sure, billion, one of the two. But this was to boost, of course, the climate change and all that BS. And this was given by the World Bank. We've discussed different things that she's done so far, which are a big red flag to the country.
That she's a puppet.
Was fighting. Now we have Tanzania launching 2 high-capacity copper refiners to curb raw exports, empower miners, and strengthen the regional trade. And this is the article about it. They're saying that, let me read it very quickly. It says Tanzania did launch its first copper processing plant in Chunya district. This is in Benya region, and this is according to the East African report. The facility operated by Mineral Access System Tanzania, which is MAS in general or in a group in bracket, aims to reduce raw copper exports and promote local value addition by upgrading copper from low purity, which is 0.5%, to over 70%. This initiative is part of Tanzania's broader strategy to strengthen its mining sector through domestic refining, and it's supported by recent infrastructure projects, like the Julius Nyerere hydropower project.
That's something they pay for themselves with John Magufuli. What she's doing is not.
Are you sure?
What she's doing is, yeah, John Magufuli was paying for that one. They were paying for it. So I don't know if she changed the deal. When they were building it, Magufuli was funding all that through their own funds. Now she might have changed it. He's been dead 4 years, so she probably went back and ripped all that shit up.
According to the details, of course, I had shout to you for teaching me that these things you have to go ask who was behind
all the money.
Follow the money.
All the money.
So they're saying several entities are involved in funding the development of new copper processing in Tanzania. Notably, Resource Mining Corporation has raised $2 million for support to support its copper gold project in Tanzania. Additionally, we have Marula Mining, which has invested in a high-grade copper mining project, and it's developing two-phase. So we just check very quickly who are Marula Mining to go and understand deeper, because we don't miscalculate or.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Those are not Tanzanian companies. Once again, she's been a puppet. She letting people come in. They don't control nothing. It's the same African bullshit over and over again. Mm-hmm. Same thing you got right now happening in Zambia. There's a big gold mine found in Zambia. It's going all throughout Africa. That's just it. And shout out to the lady, the Kikuyu lady on TikTok. What's wrong with us Africans? Yeah, what's wrong with you? You got white people come and say, we're going to take over this mine in Africa. We get these Negroes and come on in and let's invest and let's get rich off these dumb black bastards.
Every single
time.
Marula Mining Company, of course, shout out to Google for trying to give us facts. They're not hiding. Marula Mining Company is a London Stock Exchange listed and Africa-focused mining and exploration investment company. It aims at identifying and investing.
Africa focus doesn't mean Africa owned. They're focused on stealing shit out of Africa.
Yeah, they're saying it's a London Stock Exchange.
Yeah.
London Stock Exchange.
Yes, it's those British. So it's the British company.
Yeah, we also have under that, because they did say different. It's a few people who have funded this. We also had. Furthermore, we have the Life Zone Metals in the process, securing funding trade for the Kabaka. We just have different companies which have. We also have the U.S. government involved.
What this shows is white people still out of Africa, and then the people in Tanzania will benefit from their own minerals being stolen because they got this bootlick, handkerchief head, con woman, puppet up in there.
Yep.
See, that's why Magufuli was gotten out the way, because everything has been now reversed.
Yeah. In addition, we have Dubai-based City Energy and Infrastructure.
Oh, of course, Dubai.
Which plans to invest $500 million in a copper smelt and sugar plant in Tanzania. We have the U.S. government, which is showing interest in the Kabaka project, highlighting the strategic importance of sustainable mineral development in Tanzania. Well, yeah. And so we have big red flags. So
it's sustainable. This lets you know that you Africans in Tanzania are not going to you're going to stay impoverished. Dubai and all the white people coming in to steal your shit and calling all these fake names that Joe be calling sustainable development and all this nonsense they call it, while you stay impoverished and backward. You get it?
And just going through the comments of this post you see on your screen, of course, most of our people are still very, very dumb, don't understand how to, dig deeper on details, which I do understand. I don't blame them. One of the people says, I'm glad they're building, they're building off momentum. Someone else says, beautiful, that is what we like to hear. Then I love this person, at least, who likes to question. This one says, high capacity invested by whom exactly?
Exactly.
If not foreign powers, government does nothing but take its cuts. So this is not something we're supposed to be celebrating. And then
exactly. Somebody understood exactly. You're getting a small cut of the shit that's why don't you learn to mind your own shit? Why are there other people coming in your backyard to mind your stuff and give you peanuts for it? How does that make any sense? Jesus Christ.
It's crazy. So they're saying the capacity of tons it can process in a day, it's 31,000 tons. That is the company. It's supposed to create 250 jobs, which are very less, because I'm not really
250 jobs. What is that? That's nothing. They're gonna pay them peanuts. Pay them like $2, $1 a day. Nonsense. Well, they make billions of dollars. Just like the gold mine that was found in Uganda. You know, controls how that go to Uganda? It ain't Museveni, stupid ass. It's the British. It's all the foreign companies. That's why he's been there for 40 years. That puppet's been in power. Gold is there. They've always said the gold is there. It's real. But he won't control none of it.
Exactly. He did say I loved that show personally. Because I was going deeper just the same way I did with this one in Tanzania. We're going deeper by deeper with what he's saying, word by word. Let us look at this company you're mentioning. Are they on the ground of Uganda? Very present. They have been actually present for years. Okay. So is there talking about how I will not allow Uganda to be exploited anymore? Then we get nonsense. Come on, you've been giving the full bread the whole time.
Uganda's been exploited. That's why he's been left there for 40 years. Why nobody's telling him to leave office. He's a democracy, which is not. See, they'll never bother their puppets because their puppets make them money. How's a country impoverished when Uganda's got gold, oil, and everything else that needs to be wealthy? There's no African country poorer than fucking Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Qatar, Oman, Saudi Arabia, but they're wealthy and you're impoverished because you morons have sold out Africa and African people. None of those countries are richer than African countries. None. So why are you impoverished? And you're scared because the CIA's all throughout your country. You already know they're there because that's why you're in power. The spies are running all throughout Africa. They're letting you know, hey, you got it's going to be a revolution most likely pretty soon. I don't know if we can control it, or we're going to try to, put our propaganda in to mess up these Africans' minds so we keep you morons in power a little more. But, you want to start to admit to something. That like, I'm sorry, I did my best for 40 years and whatever I've done. They know.
It's sad because that question should come back actually to the continent and to the people. And if you are to gather the number of answers you're gonna get, let's say what you really have, you just said, how is Dubai the first?
Selling gold. How's it exporting of gold but has no gold mine? Exactly.
Someone is gonna be like, with my African.
How's Israel, Joby? How's Israel the importer of diamonds? When all the diamond mines are in Africa, how's Israel the number one exporter of diamonds? There's no diamond mines. It is not real. How's Dubai the number one exporter of gold? Well, there are no gold mines in. Oh, it's the stealing of Africa. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, that is not the answer I'm gonna give you. Of course, okay. Not that kind of an answer. How dare you question Dubai? You expect to tell me I have the visit? I've had the American dream. Now I have the Dubai dream. You wanna tell me Dubai is not the number one biggest exporter of?
Okay, well you ain't gotta be. Okay, well you ain't gotta be smart. Okay, you ain't gotta be a complete moron to know. Okay, yes, Dubai is the number one export of gold. But all I gotta do is tell you this, stupid. Okay, there are no gold mines in Dubai. So where is the gold coming from?
I don't care about that. You know, the news says Dubai is the number one explorer of explorer and
Export of gold.
exploiter and explorer, as much as they won't say the exploitation part, but yeah,
No, exactly.
you know, you see that country the way it looks. You wanna tell me they don't have gold? Come on, are you smoking crack or something?
The gold comes from you, moron. It looks like that because it's stealing your gold. Yeah. How about that?
That's why we have Ibrahim Traore right here to teach you. Shout out to Ibrahim Traore with no jokes, and also we have, of
Well,
course,
yeah, well, he just said stop going to Dubai, come to Burkina Faso. We're gonna be the number one seller of gold because we're the African, and that's where all the gold comes from. Exactly. You know why you was all rich when Mali and all the other empires of Africa? Because you controlled all your resources. Africa's never been poor. You don't come from poor people.
Mm-hmm. But no, Macron will not tell you that. Macron wants you to eat some, porridge. So you can stay back. Then porridge makes you more hungry, so you'll be demanding for food every time. Come on. So we have the French investors who are very mad, of course, as usual. They've been mad from the one. This is after Traore did kick out five gold mining companies. Of course, they have been taking time. So this is what has been happening. We have Mali, of course, which has also taken control of one of its biggest gold mines from the Canadian company. And this company, what it was doing last week before they won the case, they were actually trying to fight Mali. And
of course, they tried to go to the white court. Mali said, we don't give a fuck what white people say. This is our country. You don't get no judgment in Europe about what we do here. See, that's the crazy, because that's what all these puppets have been allowing, the theft of African resources. And Mali said, I don't care what the white WTO says. We told you you owe money, and if you want to get back into our country and dig in a little bit, your prices are going to go up. We're going to get the majority share because it's our country. It's our gold. And then you're going to pay the back taxes you owe of over $1 billion something. If you don't, get your shit and leave.
It's crazy. So we have, of course, Ibrahim Traore, who on 18th of this particular month, he did take control. He expelled 5 foreign gold mining companies and seized their facing operations under the state control. So those are the type of companies you see how how they set up themselves. And that's the saying Traore did argue that these firms were extracting wealth without adequate benefits to Burkina Faso population. Of course, that's some African governments, like in Burkina Faso, have forgotten to say thank you. This is Macron. France helped fight. Now they act like we're never there. And he also adds that they forgot to say thank you. He's referring to France military help.
I forgot to say thank you for the expectation for the last 20 years. Okay.
And our countries like Burkina Faso are now cutting ties. So how dare you cut ties? How dare you just say you need to kick us out? We've been here helping you keep your children safe.
How dare you Negroes take back your money and your wealth? I know we left you poor and fucked up, but how dare you? It's the mind of a psychopath. Because
shout out to Ibrahim. He's doing amazing. Shout out, of course, to the Malian president, who's also doing amazing too. I love the fact that they're moving on the same pace with Burkina Faso. I was like, these people are kind of slow. They need to catch up. We need to hear the same information coming from the 3 countries, at the same time. You're making deals at the same time.
Ibrahim is moving so damn fast.
Yeah.
Man, he's doing his mind blowing. He got done with that. He got done with that, the biggest,
city?
Reservoir. No, not the city, the reservoir. He put water. Look up Burkina Faso creates reservoir in the Sahel. Well, he's bringing clean water to all the farms now. He's moving so damn fast with everything. It's crazy.
Exactly. They're coming for him. You know, you gotta make changes before they
Well,
come
good.
here. You gotta give your
Yeah,
people what they've been waiting for.
yeah,
Even if they come kill you, people at least have experienced what
yeah.
it is
That's right. The institution's already
to live
built. Exactly right.
right. You
Right, Joe. You
know.
built the institutions. You make sure
Hmm.
the hospitals now open. It's amazing. You're gonna build all these major hospitals around.
Hmm.
Guinea Faso.
Exactly.
He's got the airplanes he's already building. Like Jesus
Yeah, and
Christ.
not selling hope because these other African puppets, we keep saying what they do is sell hope, and Africans live on
Exactly.
hope. That is what Africans live on, hope. Even when they
That's
go
true.
to this, that's why you see they go even to these other countries. You're still going there like a moron with hope. You expect a white man to help you with hope. Hope doesn't help. You need to have some, something figured out. You can't keep on hoping and hoping. You'll hope your legs. That's what you can do. Your legs will be the one hoping. So it's giving people literally the experience of what it should be, what it should have been for the longest time. And I
All the
feel like
time.
with that, and which should trigger other Africans and nations, is
Yeah.
we have the
That's what,
capability. It's possible.
good. That's why they want to kill him, Joe, because they do. That's why it's a domino effect. That's why they want to kill him. So what he's doing is showing that all the lies you've been told are lies. You can You take all your minerals and you manufacture them. You're supposed to be making the phones. You're supposed to be making the cars. You're supposed to be making the planes. You're supposed to be making the computers because everything's in Africa to make all that shit. You're supposed to be wealthy. Then not long you got the minerals to make everything. You also got the gold to you got the gold comes from Africa. The diamonds come from Africa. Africa is so rich, it's crazy that you got poor people in Africa. Africa
Okay.
is so wealthy that it's insane.
Tell Ruto about that. He will put your bullet on your head, send tell Ruto that. He'll be like, who are you to tell me what to do? I still have time to deliver. As we talk about killings, of course, Kesho or tomorrow. Kesho is tomorrow. Tomorrow we do have Kenyans, of course, hoping to go for a peaceful remembrance of the 25th of June, last year's deadly protest. And of course, they're seeing the call for the fast-tracked public inquiry into the killings of young protesters during the June 25th, 2024 anti-finance bill. Demonstrations are growing, and as the government de- detractors accuse President William Ruto administration of deliberate attempt to conceal the truth. And not just that,
And
of course.
remember that finance bill was written by the IMF, not by Kenya, by the IMF. Go
And
ahead, Joe.
we also had, of course, one of the idiots from this system, because they will always tell us the truth. We had an article released, him saying that despite so many innocent people dying on the street, they still ended up passing the Finance Bill 2024. So meaning, actually, Kenyans have been living on the same taxes that actually we did fight for on the streets, because each of them was being passed either one by one. You could hear one being passed, but
Mm-hmm.
generally the whole finance bill was tackled and passed in
Yeah,
2024. Now we have
yeah.
finance bill
You think,
2025.
you think, you think the white European masters didn't tell 'em, you better get this thing signed.
It's gonna
Understand
be
that?
oh my god, 2027 is just gonna be very, very chaotic. If this man doesn't step down, it's gonna be very easy. If I was him, I'd just do it peacefully. But because they like war, of course, power is not given, it's taken. Yeah, and he
Yep,
doesn't want the power to be taken away from him. He wants to take it by
of
force,
course.
by declaring dictatorship and all that. But it's gonna be very, very deadly. People are very, very mad. Parents are mad. The atmosphere is just it's bloody. That is what I see in 2027. It's gonna be bloody because the more blood you shed, the more no one is gonna want you to keep on guiding.
Because no one's going to believe that he won an election, Joe. You're not going to bet it.
Exactly.
Kenya's the truth. Okay, other African countries you can get away with it. I can say because they're not. I can say because a lot of African countries are people still stupid.
Mhm.
In Kenya, there's too many people. The youth know too much, Joe. It's not a stupid. The youth are now awoken. They're not dumb. So you cannot. You're not. You can't feign a fake election and tell me he won when everybody know he's unpopular. So they're not going to accept him as no damn second term.
This
They're not going
this is this is what
without violence.
let me share a few things he had to say. This is what this
Good.
man is saying boldly to Kenyans, despite everything going on.
This as president, that without peace, without security, without stability, we don't have a nation. The people who
But you don't have peace
their
and
lives
stability.
on the line.
You're the
make
one. You're
sure-
the one killing people. See, this is the sign of a despot. That's what he is. He's corrupt. He's a psychopath. What you're hearing is the voice of a psychopath. He was able to kill people in 2007, and your people know you're a puppet. People want to know why you're not at the Hague. They know you murdered. You're not supposed to be a president. They know white people are backing you. They know it. So you keep talking this nonsense talk. Doesn't work. People know that you're a phony. Your people
So
in Kenya are too smart now.
We have him. We have him. We have the people working under him, giving us literally clear threats, information, telling us how they're going to they're going to rig elections. Even if Ruto doesn't get back on the seat, they'll ensure he gets back on the seat. So this is what
wewe Samenya na
Swahili.
wewe kwa Munyoro, Mr. Dorgas, tutawanyorosha asubuhi na mapema ndio muende ICU. Sasa wacha hiyo mnavia na kura tutajaza.
He's so hated. This might cause a Kenyan civil war.
Yep. It's gonna be super bad. It's gonna be so bad because he's moving very threatened. He's very nonchalant about every situation that is happening in the country, the killings of the youth. He's talking about how we need to respect the police while the police are killing us. We had a young man who was just shot I think during the weekend. We had an 18-year-old raped and killed. And people, of course, went to the street to demonstrate because it's very alarming also how girls can just walk safely out here. You're going to be caught by a drunk man or someone who's just out of his senses.
Wow. Well, you had your own encounter Sunday.
Oh, bro, man, don't even remind me. That was just so crazy, man. That was crazy.
I know the lights was off yesterday. You couldn't rant about it, but Sunday you wanted to get the street niggas.
Man, I don't know. I've ever thought of it's the same way. I don't know. Just to put an example before you continue. You know, you get that cracker moment. You think of what you can do to them, but you understand how the system can be.
Well,
you
yeah,
get
of
that
course.
rage, right? You get that rage you have. That's how I felt.
Yeah,
oh my god, it's so wrong, but I felt suicidal. I felt like I was thinking about how my phone can be the object and now I'm gonna smack this motherfucker's face. I was like, man, I'm going down with you, man. I'm gonna destroy your face. Because one thing I like about my fighting, you never see it coming. Because I'll smack your face without you see it coming. You won't see it coming. So,
you were so hot. Well, you was hot Sunday.
That was crazy, man. That was crazy. I don't wanna meet that guy ever again. Cause nah, that's super insane. But as we continue, I'm trying to look for that video where Ruto was acting all nonchalant, saying how he's not threatened. He has work to do. He doesn't have time for propaganda and all that because he said we're full of propaganda.
That's stupid. That's propaganda. People get abducted. How's that propaganda? This is a sign of a despot. How you work for me. You're answerable to me. You act like you don't work for me. You're answerable. You're in a big democracy or republic. You work for me. You're supposed to answer my questions. I'm your boss. See, understand that he knows that Kenya's a fake ass republic, a fake democracy. Because he's acting like he doesn't work. You don't work for me. In a republic, a democracy, you would be beholden to my feelings because you work for me. Okay? Just like stupid ass Trump with those damn missiles. Everybody's like, no, it's illegal. Exactly, it's illegal. He wasn't supposed to be buying no missiles. He don't got the right to do that. He's supposed to be impeached. But they know that the Israelis control the country. Now it's out the bag. No one's denying it no more. Rothschilds control America. You understand that now? He's supposed to be locked up. What Trump did is illegal to the Constitution. But they've already succeeded that. So that's what Rudo's doing. Don't bother me. I'm back to work. You work for me, moron. You answer to me. What do you mean you back to work? Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, I was seeing another interview of Trump telling the reporters, he's like, "Do you know you're in danger talking to me right now? Do you know you're in danger?" Like, why is this guy telling you're telling people safe? They're supposed to be feeling safe. You're telling your own citizens they're in danger. Do you know you're in danger talking to me
He's
right
talking
now?
about that. He's talking about that Iran now. They're in danger to scare. The cats own all the media. Shout out to one of you guys. Everybody finally waking up. Who runs the media? Who runs America? And what's going on? And his whole base is like going crazy. Yeah, your whole mega morons are realizing that Trump is a puppet. And now you guys are finally questioning. I told you the fake assassination. You're like, I don't think that assassination was even real. It wasn't, moron. Nobody shoot at your head and you get up and say, yeah! All that, they're making him a hero in front of you, morons. Yeah! He had no blood on his head. Everybody like, I think that assassination might have been fake. You think so, stupid?
Crazy. But anyway, as we continue, we have a little bit facts right here of the Netherlands returning 119 Benin bronze to Nigeria in the largest ever repatriation. And repatriation, yeah.
How did the Netherlands get it when the British were the one who stole it? See, they give it to each other, to Europe. So they know they want people. And so they give your shit to each other, Europeans. The Netherlands didn't invade Nigeria, or it wasn't Nigeria yet. It was still the Benin Empire. All right, they didn't invade. So how did they end up with the bronze faces and stuff? England stole that. So I'll give it to my European cousins before I give it to you Negroes that I stole it from. Yeah, that's the level of disrespect to these goddamn people. Just crazy. That's why they got to be on. That's why I keep saying, Iran, bomb Israel till it doesn't exist. Bomb that shit. Don't ever stop. Keep it up. Go ahead.
Period. So they're saying that the Netherlands government has repatriated 119 cultural artifacts to Nigeria, and the artifacts were looted during the British invasion of
exactly. The British invasion, Joe. So how did the Netherlands get the shit, Joe?
They again, like you say, they supply, amongst each other. They benefit off our own shit, and these people they move with unity. It's not like us right now. As Africans, these people will talk benefits to each other, where we're not involved, so long as it's not coming back to us. Because remember, I was reading an article which was saying how we have all these museums from these different colonial masters or countries which agreed, even if these artifacts ever come back to Africa, we should not own them. Exactly. We should not completely own them, to claim that they're ours. They should still go back to them. And this is why we have Ghana disrespectfully being loaned what is rightfully theirs.
Because with power, why you gotta gain power, Joe. When you get power, you without power, you're never gonna make the white people do right. So you never get justice till you get power. That's why they had to return all the Chinese people shit. When the Chinese got power finally, they had to return their stuff. And now it's like they had to return even because Britain even stole half of China, right? We know Hong Kong was just given back to China when Joby was born. They had Hong Kong for 100 years and Macau. So we know Macau, China, and Hong Kong was just given back to China because China got power. It wasn't about them saying, you know what, we stole your part of your land and we're going to give it back. No, because China got its goddamn weight up with power. Say, hey, you're going to give us this shit back that you stole. It's our country. And so also we know Taiwan, China's been trying to get the other part of China back called Taiwan, which China refused to even call it Taiwan. China calls it a renegade colony, and we want it back. So even Taiwan now is getting mad at the Americans because I didn't know the Americans were extorting us because the country's fake, guys. We're broke. So America has been extorting Taiwan, making them buy the fake American treasury bonds, treasury bills to prop up America's economy. And Taiwan said, man, we might as well just go back to China. And we got to be propping up. And we're tired of paying billions of dollars to America for nothing. Tired of giving their ass money. So if you don't know anything, Joby, Taiwan, it'd be like Zanzibar off the coast of Tanzania. That's what it's like, because Taiwan's an island off the coast of China. It's like Zanzibar calling itself its own country, not Tanzania. And Tanzania said, we're not going to accept those Zanzibar as no damn country. That's Tanzania. So that's what happened with Taiwan. Taiwan made itself its own country in 1948 away from China. so that's why you could never, so China wouldn't mess with you unless you said Taiwan was China. If you said Taiwan was its own country, China wouldn't fool with you. Because China said, we're going to take that island back, eventually either through military or whatever. So America was protecting that island, Joby. So now the Taiwanese are saying, man, you Americans are broke. I'm tired of paying your ass for shit. We might as well go back to China.
As we move on, as we get closer to winding up, we also have Rwanda on the conversation. Slight information, I don't have much details about this, but we had a Rwandan opposition leader in Gabire who was arrested in connection with alleged plot to overthrow the president. I mean,
that was a alleged plot. Because remember, nobody can go against Kagame. Alleged plot. It's phony. Fraud.
In Rwanda, I mean, she doesn't even look like an opposition. Sorry to say, I don't know if oppositions are supposed to a certain time.
And we know Kagame is a CIA puppet. So anybody does anything against, he's not gonna let. They're not gonna let their puppet asset go. That's why there's no free elections in Rwanda, and he always wins with 99% of the vote for the last 30 years.
Every single time. But as we wind up, we have Mali, which has joined, of course, Burkina Faso. Remember, I did give reports of Burkina Faso signing a nuclear energy deal with Russia. So we also have Mali, which has also joined the conversation. We had
get your energy, guys. But I'm telling you now, get your energy. Be quiet. You need to develop a nuclear bomb. The cats are going to come see you. Okay? You think you're going to get all this wealth that they'll finally get? See, they built a fake white supremacist scheme system, right on top and black on the bottom. If you taking back Africa, black goes back on top where it belongs. And they're not going to let you just do that. They will come to see you. Okay? Eventually, I see all the damn assassination attempts are not working. So they got to be all out war. They see the terrorism shit that they put in your country. It's not working. So eventually they're going to say, listen, none of this shit working. It's going to have to be open war with these Negroes. Open war. We're going to bomb their ass and get the country back. Get our gold. How dare these Negroes think this gold and diamonds is theirs? That's our shit. Africa's supposed to be without the Africans and leave these Negroes poor and backward and dumb. So they're going to come see you. So what you need to do is start developing, since you start to build good university, start going to damn Russia, North Korea, start building a goddamn nuclear bomb. Now, don't take long. Take your kids, reverse engineer it. In 5 years, you got all the material you can, all the uranium.
You're breaking, Keith.
You think when you Negroes supposedly got free in South Africa, what they do? They gave the bomb, said, hey, you Negroes, get that bomb up. Because South Africa had a nuclear bomb. But when the black people got it, they said, hey, you Negroes, give up that bomb. We're supposed to be invading, kill, and do whatever we want with you. So understand, you don't be stupid like dumbass Nelson Mandela's boot-licking ass. What about peace? And what about the peace? And all that stupid shit he's saying, because he's a puppet. That's why they're impoverished now. You go get that weapon and you build it. Because they're coming to see you. And that's your deterrent. They don't stop unless you can knock them in the mouth. Just like Iran is doing. Now they're begging to stop. They started with Iran. Iran didn't start this. They started. But Iran knew, hey, they come and see us. Yeah, dummy. And Iran and Iranians are racist as hell towards Africans too. I don't care nothing about them. I'm just saying they're smart enough to understand that the powers that be were coming to see them, and they prepared for 25 years because they knew they was coming. And they said, "We knew they were coming. We knew they were coming. And we knew they were coming for our oil." Go ahead, Joby. Go ahead.
Apart from knowing they're coming, they knew and they have learned their tactics. Let me just say that, because the good example of what after Trump thinking the nuclear weapons were there, to his surprise, they were already,
they moved them. Yeah, moved them.
So it's
they knew they were coming.
Well, so that should also apply to the land Sahel state. What you're literally saying, because without
you gotta know the enemy, Joby. They always say one thing. I mean, everything they say is a lie. You got all through the history since Europeans have got power, Joe, with the J's. Everything they tell you is a lie. So no matter what they say to your face, Joby, you're supposed to know by now it's a lie. Everything they say, Joby, we want peace with you, Joby. We're gonna try to help you, Joby. We should hear that, Joby. Said these motherfuckers are planning to overthrow me. Somehow they're gonna try to kill me. They're gonna try to bomb and steal and do something to me. See, even though they're telling you that, you're supposed to hear in your mind, Joby, okay, when they're coming for me, they're going to kill me. You're supposed to hear the opposite, Joby. They got that way. The opposite.
And quick calculations, very quickly,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me share this very quickly as we wind up.
Signed agreements on Monday to bolster their economic and trade relations, including a cooperation deal on nuclear energy. Mali's interim president Assimi Goïta met Russian President Vladimir Putin during a 5-day official visit to Moscow.
All the uranium, all the uranium comes from Africa, and Africa is the one that don't have good power. All the shit that makes clean energy comes from Africa. I just can't imagine these morons who've been in charge of Africa. It's fucking just crazy. The stuff that would not put you in that stuff that Russia uses, France, Germany, England, is in the ground in Africa. They mine it, take it to them, put them, build them city of lights where they can have lights, and black people sit in the dark in Africa looking crazy, talking about Allah and Jesus. It's crazy.
They said, let me share this then.
Turnover between our countries is still very modest, but firstly, it has a good tendency to grow. Secondly, what is important is that there is a good direction for promising cooperation. This is about geological exploration, development of natural resources. This is about energy, about logistics, and the humanitarian areas which I just mentioned.
Yeah, so of course that is what is happening between Mali and Russia, joining Burkina Faso in the nuclear deal. So waiting for Niger to see also for it making the same, of course, movement. It should move as a whole organization, as a whole alliance, to ensure this is for the benefit of their own people. But we also had Iran, what you're mentioning. We had Iran, which discovered massive 7,000 tons deposit of strategic antimony from mineral. And we had the US.
That's why they're coming. They're coming to bomb them. They want the gold. It's not about no nuclear weapons. That's for bullshit. It's about them putting it. Like I said, people know Iran is one of the few places that doesn't have a Rothschild central bank. They want that bank in there. They want those minerals. They want that oil for them, Joe. Go ahead.
The U.S. Department of Defense did label antimony antimony as a critical mineral vital for national security and energy resilience. So everything to them is they
claiming is they got the right to Iran shit. This is how the psychopaths these people are. Because that mineral is also in Haiti. That's why Haiti's all fucked up. They said they got the right to your shit, Joby. This is a national security thing. We got the right to Iran shit because we're white people and we're supposed to be on top. And that shit they sit on is our shit.
Exactly. And because we are white people and we want you to have these leaders like this. Remember the MP I shared who couldn't talk? The Prime Minister.
That's what they talk exactly. I couldn't walk. So that's what they talk about regimes. Who you tell me You got the right to overthrow my government, put regime change, because they openly tell you we want to pump it in there, so they do our bidding. We get all your resources. How Africa works, right? We get all your resources. Your people get impoverished, and that's how things work.
That's what you have on your screen, That's the MP there making. He can't even dance. He can't
Jesus
move. I
Christ!
don't know what the hell he's doing.
Look at this nonsense.
Everyone was just there looking at him crazy. Even the soldiers are embarrassed. Everyone is
It
just
should be. It should be, because this is Africa, and it's like that's why Africa is impoverished. So you got to have white people like, nah, we're not gonna be putting problems. This is why you're disrespected globally for shit like this.
Someone in the comment says, and remember, if that security lets him fall down, it's 30 years solitary confinement. So he's gonna end up probably in jail.
So he said after security lets him fall down, the security guys go get solitary confinement. It's gonna be their fault. And he's all fucked up and old.
That's a good guess. It's like the reporter. How dare you,
Exactly. Before I'm peeing on myself. Exactly.
As you wind up, shout out to John Mosquito. Thank you for updating me on your time earlier. I was not able to check on that, but thank you so much. Hope you're doing amazing. Hope you had a beautiful weekend.
We was gone yesterday, guys. All the lights were gone all damn day yesterday. They just came back on. Shit's crazy.
Ruto must go. But yeah, I also see Jiba Jaba says, yes, I think that's the point. To dehumanize the girls. Exactly. It is, because for me, I used to feel that way. When you have your hair shaved, you just don't feel that much of a girl. You feel like a boy, and boys are always making fun of you and some type of shit. It's just crazy. Like right now, as an adult, I can take anything. Like, you're just a moron who can't understand women can shave their hair and still look good, But in school,
as a child, you're a child.
Yourself. That's where you start admiring white
people. And children are cruel.
Crazy.
Children are cruel.
And I also see George Guy Karibu Son of you doing amazing. Good morning to you too. Good afternoon from my end. Actually, almost evening.
It's early in Canada over there. Where you at, George? You sleep all night? What happened? Your Jamaican family beating you up? What's going on? I know that.
He says hair is important to the people, and they know this. So they tell us to cut our hair, and now over 100 years of us being forced to do this in Africa, we have lost our essence, which is very true. I also see Jason Karibu Sana, nice to see you this morning. Shout out to Jibayosi says sustainable investment is equal to African resources sustains others. True. He also says, I bet Obama will pop up again in Kenya near the election. His currency is toast here.
Remember, Obama's popping up in Burkina Faso, telling none of these puppets to step down, asking Ibram Traoré to step down. This bootlicking handkerchief head, a homosexual came out of a white woman's coochie. Get your ass out of here. Tell him to step down.
Shout to Byron Scott. Jiba tells me I need to keep practicing my Chuck Norris kicks, man, because Byron says great commentary this morning, and I love the look. Thank you, appreciate it.
She better get better kicks. She gonna be dealing with street Negroes. She better get some better kicks than Chuck Norris no good at.
Man, I was mad. Like, these men will take the shit out of you. Like, I don't know. I think also because my dad is an ex-boxer. I think I just have it in me. I've already calculated ways of beating you up because I was just scared because the men were married. I'm like, these niggas are gonna gang up on me. And they're gonna gang up on me for beating one of them because that's what happened last time. And this time I'm solo, so I'm gonna be beaten. I don't wanna be beaten. But I've already calculated so many suicidal thoughts in my. I'm like, I must mark your face, and I'm gonna destroy your screen. I was so mad because I remember I went to get my nails done. I was so moody at that time. I'm like, man, you better not talk to me. Like, please just let me calm down. Just let me calm down because I was super, super mad. But yeah.
How you like your nails? How'd your nails turn out?
Awesome as always. You talk to shit.
You gonna show us?
No.
You gonna show us?
No.
they turned out awesome, nigga.
They look good. Like, I don't need to show it. They just look good. No, just know they look good. They look awesome. Because says that's their payoff for hauling British opium and the other contraband, the Dutch. I also see Byron says, keep the Africans hate each other with a passion, and they all love their European masters. Make it make sense.
It's crazy. It's good. They hate each other. Exactly. The tribal shit is crazy. They hate each other. Mm-hmm. And that's what allowed Europe to conquer Africa. The hatred they have for each other. I think the youth are finally putting it down. But you're right. The hatred that they have for each other with all these goofy tribal nonsense, which don't mean nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but shout out to the bishop. Yes, Jabba, you're very correct. It actually taught me a few moves. It's just that I was not serious with the classes. It really used to teach me, like, if someone wants to hit your face, this is what you do. This is how you. It taught me a few moves. So that's why
the boxing bishop.
Yeah, if I give you my blow, you're gonna have to reform your face. Come back and rethink about your life again. Do you wanna do that again? Do you wanna come to my face?
Look at me, I'm the boxing bishop.
Much love, family. Have yourselves a beautiful morning. See, of course, later on the reaction time, but come back on the page, countdown, and catch up with Shmani and Iwaton. This is Zero Support.
For the boxing bishop, is 25-0.
No, what of the bishop's ex-boxer daughter? That's what you need. I don't know how to put it. Just watch out. But much love, family.
Bring with me to my daughter.
Sitaki kupatana na maponye usikisitaki kuifinya nataka kuipeleka mdonye